Hello and welcome to the 2021 Division I Cross Country Selection Show. I am your host, Jeremiah Johnson. We are 1 week away from one of the most anticipated events on the NCAA calendar. The men's 10K race and women's 6K race will be hosted by Florida State University at Appalachia Regional Park in Tallahassee, Florida. Regional competitions took place at 9 different sites on Friday, setting the field for next weekend's championships. Upon the conclusion of those regionals, 2 schools from each region are watching right now, knowing they are in, giving us 18 men's and women's teams as automatic qualifiers. The remaining 13 programs are going to really appreciate seeing their name on the screen upon learning about their inclusion in the field as at-large selections. At the conclusion of the show, we will reveal the individual runners from schools whose entire team did not qualify. Before we begin, we would like to recognize your defending champions. The event was held last spring. BYU claimed the women's championship while Northern Arizona won the men's title, their 4th in the last 5 seasons. Time to show you the field for next weekend's event. Ladies first, and we start with those teams that automatically qualified for the 6K race in alphabetical order. Arkansas, the automatic qualifier out of the South Central region, 10th straight South Central region title. Isabel Van Kampen, Lauren Gregory led the Razorback women, placing 2nd and 3rd. Also in is Colorado. After a runner-up finish in the Mountain West Regional, Colorado is in for the 13th straight event. Ohio State transfer Abby Nichols placed 18th in the 2020 championships, earning her first All-American honor. She was also recently named Pac-12 Women's Athlete of the Year. Mark Wetmore was named Pac-12 Coach of the Year after the Buffaloes won the team title at that Pac-12 meet. Florida State is thrilled to know they will get to run and host the championship meet as well. 5 FSU women were named All-Region for running in the top 25. Lauren Ryan led the way by finishing 9th. Georgetown, it was a sweet Mid-Atlantic meet for Georgetown as the Hoyas prevailed for the first time since 2014. Sammy Corman and Maggie Donahue ran well together, finishing 2nd and 3rd. They won the national championship 10 years ago. They're in for the 29th time. Harvard won its 2nd straight Northeast Regional title Friday. Isabel Sager paced the Crimson by finishing 5th. It's their 6th appearance in the NCAA Women's Championship meet. How about Minnesota? The Gophers took the top spot in the Midwest region in dominating fashion, finishing with 45 points and a 30-point gap between them and runner-up Oklahoma State. Also, the Big Ten champion, Minnesota, led by Sarah Hopkins, who was named Big Ten Coach of the Year, and quite a family story. Megan Haas finished 1st in the Big Ten championship meet, equaling something her sister Bethany did in 2020. Bethany was the top Minnesota finisher on Friday, 4th at the regional, while Abby Cohut-Jackson was 5th. Megan Haas finished 6th. How about NC State? The women's cross-country team won their 6th straight ACC championship. Their 20-point score ties the fewest ever in an ACC championship meet. Already a 4-time All-American, junior Kelsey Schmiel was the ACC individual champion, meaning the Wolfpack have had 3 straight conference individual champs. Hannah Steelman posted her 2nd straight top 5 individual finish at that conference meet as well. NC State finished 2nd in the 2020 championships, their 3rd runner-up placing in school history. New Mexico, the Lobos captured their first NCAA Mountain Regional title since 2018. Gracelyn Larkin led the pack to a 4th place finish. New Mexico also celebrated on the Mountain West podium for the 14th straight season. The Lobos' 10 runners all placed within the first 30 finishers. Amelia Mazza Downey led the Lobos and finished 1st, tying for the 2nd fastest time in Mountain West Championship history. Joe Franklin, Conference Coach of the Year for the 5th straight year, 13th time overall. North Carolina, the Tar Heels followed up their 2nd place finish in the ACC meet with a 2nd place in the Southeast Regional, qualify for the championships. Bryn Brown, ACC Freshman of the Year after finishing 6th in the ACC race. It's UNC's 16th NCAA appearance. Notre Dame was the champion of the Great Lakes Regional. In Friday's race held in Evansville, Indiana, Maddie Denner finished 1st, while Olivia Markasic took 2nd. Oklahoma State was 2nd in the Midwest Regional. They're an NCAA participant for the 14th time in school history. This comes after winning the Big 12 championship on the home course by 1 point over Iowa State. Taylor Rowe and Molly Bourne finished 3rd and 4th respectively in that women's conference meet. How about Ole Miss? 6 straight NCAA meets for Ole Miss after winning the South Regional on Friday. This is an impressive run considering their program had not ever been to the NCAA championships prior to 2016. Ole Miss ran fast and together, never leading by fewer than 16 points at any of the split markers. The Rebels posted another incredible scoring spread of just 30.4 seconds. Rice, the Owls are NCAA bound for the 7th time. They don't mind the role of the underdog. They were ranked 4th in the South Central region, but finished 2nd behind first place runner Grace Forbes, the second Owl to win an NCAA regional title. Stanford, led by Pac-12 record holder in the 1,500 meters, Julie Hammock reached the finish line first in Friday's 6K West Region race. The Cardinal put 4 runners in the top 9 positions. Stanford finished 3rd in the most recent NCAA championship meet. Syracuse was second by a comfortable margin to lock up a 9th NCAA trip. Amanda Vestry prevailed in the 6K, 23 seconds ahead of the second place finisher. Washington, Allie Shadler and Haley Herberg were the top 2 Husky runners. Solid balance key for Washington to lock up a 28th NCAA appearance. West Virginia, the Mountaineers will run at the national meet for the 11th time in school history. Kaylee McCabe hit the finish line first, one of 5 top 25 finishers for West Virginia. Wisconsin, the headline on the Wisconsin Cross Country website reads, "Next stop, NCAA Championships." The Badgers showed great balance during their runner-up run on Friday. All 7 runners posted personal best times, while just 10 seconds separated the scorers. This is the 31st NCAA berth for Wisconsin. So those 18 schools knew their name was going to be called, but the following 13 programs have been hoping their resumes were good enough to warrant selection. We will announce the at-large representatives alphabetically to fill out this field. Alabama is in. Mercy Chelangat, the individual champion during the spring NCAA championship meet, prevailed in that South Regional on Friday. She was also recently the SEC individual winner for the 2nd time. This is the 6th time for Alabama's team to race in the national championships. Keep an eye on Mercy near the front of the pack once again. Butler, 2nd in the Big East Championships, 5th in the Great Lakes Regional. Butler is in for the first time since 2013. Finishing 9th, Angelina Ellis was the top Bulldog on Friday. BYU finished 3rd while hosting its own regional. Number 1 in the most recent Mountain Region rankings, the Cougars sat a few of their runners, including Whitney Orton, who finished 17th in the championships last season. Anna Camp and Aubrey Frenthaway were the top 15 last NCAA championship meet, and they were in the top 7 finishers at the regionals on Friday. Colorado State, 4th in the Mountain West region, the Rams' best finish since 2007. Just Colorado State's 2nd NCAA trip since 2007. Iowa State, Kaylee Logue added to her legendary Cyclone accolades by taking the top spot at the Midwest Regional. She's a 3-time All-American, 3-time Big 12 cross-country runner of the year. This is Iowa State's 18th appearance. Michigan, the Wolverine women, finished 3rd at the Great Lakes Regional. Michigan was a national runner-up in 2016. This is their 33rd NCAA trip. Michigan State, the Spartans are led by Jenna Magnus and Lindsey Graham. They were named All Big Ten, also top 5 individually in the Midwest region on Friday. The Spartans were also well represented in the Big Ten postseason awards as Caitlin Hines was named Conference Freshman of the Year, and Michaela Perez was the recipient of the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award for women's cross country. Northern Arizona is in. It's the 18th appearance for that school. They also won the Big Sky Championship for the 22nd time. Oregon, 3rd in the Pac-12 meet, 3rd in the NCAA West region. Oregon is in for the 32nd time in school history. Hello, Providence. All region honors for Maria Coffin on Friday. She was 4th individually in the Northeast region. Providence team 3rd. The Friars will run at the NCAA meet for the 29th time. Also in is Utah, 5th in the Mountain Regional. It's the Utes' 4th NCAA appearance. Utah State, Katie Haviland finished 22nd in the Mountain Region Championships. 7th place team finish, good enough in the regional for an at-large selection. Villanova, 4th in the Big East, 3rd in the Mid-East Regional. The 9-time national champion Wildcats will run in Tallahassee next week. So with those 13 at-large teams in, the only athletes left are the individual runners from teams who have not qualified. We will reveal those at this time, and we will start with the runners from the Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic. Addie Engel of Ohio State, the top non-qualifying runner in the Great Lakes. She's from Ohio State. Also, Sammy Regenkilt of Monmouth. You also see Fiona Max on the screen, a solid career and solid race for Princeton. Fiona is in. Those represent the Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic. In the Midwest and Mountain, we see Rachel McCardell of Northwestern with a great meet on Friday. From the Mountain Regional, Tierney Wolfgram of Nevada is in. Summer Allen of Weber State finished 7th in last spring's NCAA championship. She is in as well, one of 2 runners from Weber State. Northeast and South now, the 8 runners that will represent those 2 regions. Kaylee DeLay of Yale with a fast run on Friday. Parker Valby of Florida. She's a freshman, finished 2nd individually in that highly competitive South region race on Friday. Moving on, we see the South Central and Southeast regions. Abilene Christian, Irene Rono was very fast on Friday. So was Katie Ann McDonald. In the Southeast, you see a couple of Kentucky runners, Tori Herman and Perry Bockrath. Liberty, Furman, George Mason also represented from the Southeast. And in the West region, we have 4 more runners who will be in. Ruby Smee, San Francisco, Kristen Garcia Gonzaga, Katie Camarena of Portland State, and Kaylee Mitchell of Oregon State. So there you have every single participant in the Women's National Championship meet next week. The men will follow that race. Who will be running there? We'll answer that question in just 1 minute as our Division I cross-country selection show continues after this short timeout.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Welcome back to the 2021 Division I Cross Country Selection Show. The field is now set for the women's race. After they run, the men's 10K will take center stage. Now we show you the field and those that will toe the line next week at Appalachia Regional Park in Tallahassee, Florida. As we did with the women, here are the 18 automatic qualifying teams in alphabetical order for the men. And we will start with Alabama. Coach Dan Waters thrilled to see his Crimson Tide grab an AQ spot by finishing 2nd in the South Regional. He said a couple of our men had the race of their lives out there on Friday, and that made a difference for us. This is Alabama's 20th appearance in the men's cross-country championship. You see some footage there. Great effort, Alabama, all season long. Arkansas places 5 among the top 12 in the South Central region. That leads to a runner-up finish. Their AQ spot was never really in doubt. They finished 127 points clear of 3rd place, Arkansas State. BYU competed in that loaded Mountain West Regional and finished ahead of both top-ranked Northern Arizona and Colorado. Running on the home course, defending national champion Connor Mance finished 1st. Casey Klinger finished 3rd. 17th ranked Furman is an automatic qualifier out of the Southeast. Aaron Weir was one of 4 Furman runners named to the All-Southeast Region team. He came home 8th to lead Furman. Congratulations to Furman. Georgetown, Parker Stokes won the Mid-Atlantic Region title on the men's side, becoming the 8th Hoya to ever win the race. After that race, and knowing both the Georgetown men and women had locked up an AQ spot, Director of Track and Field Alton McKenzie said, "It is a great day to be a Hoya. We're looking forward to competing in Tallahassee at the championships." Congratulations to Georgetown. Harvard, Graham Blanks was the runner-up finisher in the 10K on Friday. Matt Pereira finished 4th. Acer Iverson finished 5th. That is 3 in the top 5 Friday for Harvard. Iowa State, Wesley Kiptoo was amazing in the Midwest Regional, finishing 6 seconds in front of the second place finisher, helping the Cyclones finish second in the team standings, getting this AQ spot. His time, 35 seconds off the previous Ashton Cross Country Course 10K record, which was set in 2005. 4 other Cyclones earned all Midwest Region honors: Thomas Pollard, Gable Ciperda, Ryan Ford, and Timothy Sint. Iowa State running as a team for the 29th time. Hello, Northern Arizona. They had won the previous 4 Mountain West Regionals, finished runner-up this season, but still for sure earning that AQ spot. Nico Young, second in the regional. NAU placed its top 4 in the top 15, had its final score come in at 26. Northern Arizona won the national championship 2016, 17, 18, 31st NCAA appearance. Notre Dame advanced thanks to great balance in the Great Lakes Regional on Friday. 4 Irishmen finished in the top 10, including Matthew Carmody. The Irish finished second in the championship meet held this past spring. Danny Kilray finished 10th for Notre Dame. He is back and helping lead the Irish to a 53rd NCAA appearance. Oklahoma State, with a team score of 48 points, Oklahoma State prevailed in the Midwest Regional. The Cowboys placed 6 runners in the top 16. Ole Miss, the Rebels are running their best at the absolute right time. Ole Miss had a program record 7 all-region performances in that South Region race, thanks to 7 personal records. No weak links on this team. Ole Miss's Super 7 runners finished between 11th and 22nd. In the top 10 for Ole Miss were Cintayehu Visa and Anna Elkin. Thanks to top 11 finishes, the Tigers 40 points. Princeton, good enough to win the Mid-Atlantic Region Friday. Coach Jason Vigilante was ecstatic, saying, "We've been through so much as a group. After missing the 2020 season, we're so appreciative of these opportunities and grateful of every chance we get to race together." How about Stanford? The Stanford men followed up their Pac-12 championship by finishing first in the West Regional. In the conference race, Charles Hicks' second place finish was his highest ever in a collegiate race. Syracuse is in the Northeast Regional champ for the 7th time in 8 events. Aiden Tooker, Joe Dragon, and JP Trojan all put in top 10 efforts on Friday. The Orange won the national title 5 years ago. Texas is in thanks to 4 top 10 finishes at the South Central Regional. Texas took top honors, earning an AQ spot in the NCAA meet. Have to night finished first. Afterwards, Coach Pete Watson said Have to bounced back nicely after that Big 12 race to win the individual title. All week he said he was going to win, and he was good on his word. How about Wake Forest, a weekend celebration in Winston-Salem? The Demon Deacons will appear in the cross-country championships for the 2nd time since 2001. All 7 Wake Forest runners came home top 25 to run all region. The fastest, Aaron Los Heros, who finished 2nd. Washington, thrilling to finish the West Region race as Kieran Lum made a late move into the lead pack, finished strong, time of 29 minutes, 28 seconds to win by 1 second and set the course record. Hello, Wisconsin. Mick Byrne was named Men's Big Ten Cross Country Coach of the Year for the 11th time after leading the Badgers to a 52nd Big Ten championship, 4th straight title. Bob Liking, Alan Hacker, Evan Bishop, they were all named to the All-Big Ten first team. So there you have it, our automatic qualifiers on the men's side. As we did with the women, we'll get to the nerve-wracking portion of the show, let you know the 13 at-large schools invited, once again alphabetical order. Air Force, in finishing 4th in that highly competitive 17-team Mountain West Regional. Air Force recorded its best regional finish since 2004. Junior Ryan Johnson claimed the Falcons' best finish since 2017 individually. Scott Mason finished 1 spot behind Johnson. Congratulations to Air Force. Also in Butler, NCAA trip number 9 for the Bulldogs. A lot of Bulldog blue in the front of the Great Lakes men's race as Simon Bedard and Barry Keene finished 1-2. Colorado is in. Despite finishing third in the Mountain West Regional, Colorado pretty much knew they would be in as an at-large. Eduardo Herrera was the top finishing runner, finishing fifth. Don't let this at-large spot fool you. Colorado, a serious championship contender, a 5-time national championship program. They are in the event for the 50th time in school history. Florida State is in the South Regional. Adrian Wildschut led the men's 10K from start to finish, recording a personal best. Ahmad Muhammad was second in a thrilling South Regional race, so Florida State also is well positioned for the national championship meet, of course, held in Tallahassee, Florida. The Seminoles will definitely enjoy that home cooking at Appalachia Regional Park. Gonzaga is in. They were in that loaded West Regional. Fifth is nothing to be ashamed of. Gonzaga's effort good enough to get them into the championship field. Michigan, ranked 12th in the country, finishing third in the Great Lakes Regional. They're in for the 35th time in school history. How about Michigan State? Individually, Morgan Beadlescombe finished third in the Great Lakes Regional. Minnesota, fourth in the Midwest Regional. 6 of the 7 Gopher men competing hit personal best times on Friday. North Carolina, after finishing third in the Southeast Regional, having 3 all-region runners, the Tar Heels felt confident about their chances of earning an at-large. UNC is in for the first time since 2014. Oregon will once again race at the NCAA Championships, 45th time in school history. Running in their first 10K race of the year, the Ducks finished 4th in the West Region race. Portland, the Pilots defeated 3 higher-ranked opponents en route to finishing third in the West Region race. All of Portland's 7 runners also collected new personal bests, led by Zach Kirk, who finished 10th. Southern Utah, after a 5th place finish in the West Regional, the T-Birds might not have been guaranteed a spot, but Coach Eric Houle was confident, saying only 31 teams move on to the national championship and get a shot at that title. For this to be the 7th time in the last 8 years speaks volumes to what kind of athletes we have on this team and within this program. Congrats to Southern Utah. Tulsa is in. 3rd place finish, number 10 ranking, good enough to get the Golden Hurricane in as an at-large. Scott Beatty finished 3rd in the Midwest Regional. So congratulations to all 31 schools running in the men's national meet. The only thing left on our starting grid is to fill in the individual qualifying runners. All of these qualifiers are headed to Tallahassee, and we will begin with the Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic region. Alex Sandusky of Cincinnati, fast time in the Great Lakes region on Friday. Also, Haftu Strinzos of Villanova is in. Also, Noah Carey, Jack Jennings, and Josh Phillips. You see 3 Villanova runners are advancing. In the Midwest and Mountain regions, we start with Jonathan Davis of Illinois. He bested Adam Fogg, but they're both in. We've got Weber State represented by Christian Allen. Also a couple of Montana State runners, Duncan Hamilton and Matthew Richmond. The Northeast and South region runners, individuals advancing 2 from Iona. From the South, we have Jacob Chogue from Middle Tennessee State. Of course, the top finisher from a non-qualifying team from the South region. South Central and Southeast individual qualifiers. Texas State is represented by Quanale Matembu. Lexington Hilton from Arkansas State. Over on the Southeast Regional on the right side of the screen, you see some good representation from the individual runners who were part of teams that did not qualify for the championships. 4 more runners to show you, and 3 of those are from Boise State, the West Regional. Dario DeCaro of Boise State is the top Bronco. Also, Amir Ado from Washington State comes out of that West Regional. So there you have it. The field is set. All that is left is to travel to Tallahassee, Florida, and determine the best for this season. You see, the event will take place November 20th. Florida State is the host school. Appalachia Regional Park, Tallahassee, Florida. If you cannot attend the meet in person, it will be live on ESPNU and on the ESPN app beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations and best of luck to all of the student athletes competing in this year's championship.
there's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.